What it is, what it do, you tune in to another episode of the Jose Morales podcast. This one here is special because I am having on Austin Lenehan, which is the first boxer that I have trained as an amateur and transitioned over into a pro. So that's special. That's a huge, milestone as a coach. As a coach, it's like almost like a dream for many coaches to be able to transition one of their prodigies into the professional ranks. We're going into our very first professional fight. So I'm bringing him on just to get everyone familiar with his story. We talked about a lot of great things, his upbringing, him losing his father, his boxing, and his goals. And I also want to talk about the last episode with Jarrell, where I talked about the JNBA versus Everybody event. This is the first podcast after the JNBA versus Everybody event, which was a great success. I want to give thanks to all the sponsors that played a part of it: Dying Breed Tattoo, HSB Solutions, Phil Waters, Manteca Ford, Strive Above Others, 80 East, Heartwood, and I'm missing one, Maya's Cantina in Sacramento. So all you guys that helped, thank you. Having David Garibaldi as a halftime for the event was just on its own was spectacular. If you are not familiar with him, you'll see him at NBA halftime shows, being on America's Got Talent, also traveling, opening for Kiss, all these great things. We had him in our gym, in our ring for halftime. Spectacular talent. So that was also a plus of the event. Also the staff, the boxers, everyone that helped in every way. I know I'm missing somebody. I want to say thank you because it was a great success in many ways. My vision, Charlie, I forgot to say Charlie. Thank you to Charlie also, the dance team. But my vision came to life, the scoreboard, the fan experience, the people, the crowd. We had over 600 people in attendance, to completely sold out. It sold out in the first hour of the doors being open. Tickets completely sold out. We had people waiting. We were streamed worldwide from, I think we had Japan, Germany, Mexico, and then obviously United States, different part of the country. The fights were great. The matchups were great. But my favorite part, I think, if I had to say something that I really loved, I really, really loved that every boxer had a good time. The away, the home had a good time, and the fans had a good time. So to me, I feel like because of that, it was a success, and none of that would have been possible without the boxers and the sponsors that I named. So that's what I've been doing, prepping the event. I've also been busy with the gym. I have a lot of exciting things coming up here in the near future that I'm just anxious for you guys to see, which you'll see and find out shortly, along with my new partnership with the Rising Zone here in Rockland, which will be our recovery center, gym. And if you've never been there or not familiar, go check it out, get a free tour. And if you mention our gym, mention myself, you get a free week to use a gym. You can use their services, the recovery. They have a lot of different rooms for recovery, not just one. They have obviously the cold plunge, sauna, so many other things that you can take advantage of. They also have a physical therapist. If you're injured, a lot of different things that you can do and take advantage of for free. If you mention the gym, we have the hydrogen water coming in for the gym. Alex, oh man, I can go on and on about all the things that have been going on. I've been slacking on the podcast also because our schedule's been crazy with Scott and I, and my schedule's been crazy. I am gonna get on it. I'm gonna have more podcasts coming up. I promise you I'll be more consistent. All right, now enjoy the episode. All right, y'all, welcome back. This time I have this is a special podcast because the gentleman to my right is actually Austin Lenehan, and this is his first podcast, and he's actually about to make his first professional fight, his debut coming up
Correct.
here at the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium. He's the first boxer that I transitioned to pro that I trained as an amateur also. So we're gonna dig into talking about that, talk about his goals for boxing, his goals in his personal life, his training, and his entire story of how he got to where he is now. But first, let's give Austin Lenehan a welcome.
What's up, y'all?
This guy, first, before I say anything, he grew on me a lot, but he has a very big heart. Like, he's actually very genuine, which is surprising. Because if you're not really around it, let me tell you why it's surprising.
All right.
If you're not really around this guy, you just see him in the gym, you probably think he's, I don't know, cocky or a lot. Like,
I'm a dickhead of some people, bro.
Or a dick or an asshole, right?
A dickhead of some
but he's
people.
he's actually very sweet, and I've seen him do a lot of things, like when you bought Isaac's shoes, give people money that and he doesn't do it for the camera. He does it genuine from his heart. So that is just an underrated characteristic about him. But before that, I want to talk about your story, who you are, where were you born, how old you are, all that. So let's dig in. How old are you?
19.
19. And where were you born? Where were you raised? Tell me about your family tree, your story as a kid before Austin now. Tell me about that.
So I grew up in Antelope until I was like.
Were you born in the Sacramento area?
Yeah, I was born in Rockland. And then when I was like 1 or 2, my parents moved to Antelope. We were there. And then my family, on my dad's side, was always like kind of where we are now, like El Dorado Hills, Cameron Park area.
Yeah.
So then when I was in middle school, we moved over there, and then I've been over there since.
So middle school, you went to El Dorado Hills?
I went to Cameron Park.
Cameron Park. Okay.
We moved into my grandparents' old house because they were renting it out. So they were like, my dad always wanted to live like by his family and stuff. Yeah, because we're the only people in like Sac area. They were all like over there. So then.
So you were a teenager when you moved over there?
I was like 12.
12. Okay, you're about to start being 18.
Yeah. So, he just wanted to move over there. So they switched jobs, got enough money, moved.
That's cool. And what was it? First, tell us. So how many siblings you have? You were with your mom and dad. You were like, tell us about your personal stuff at home. What was it? How many siblings you have? And tell the people about that. I know about it, but no one else knows.
I just got a little sister. That's really it. Just my mom.
What's the age gap?
2 years. 2 years? She's 17 now. Okay, so cool. Yeah.
And then your mom?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then so being 12, transitioning from Antelope to Cameron Park, what was that like? Was it okay? Was it easy transition? Was it normal leaving your friends? Because it's not like you're 3 years old. You have friends already.
Yeah.
So did that cause any, any friction or anything like that?
To be real, like, I don't really care that much just because I was like, I knew I was going to make new friends.
Yeah. So you weren't attached to your
friends?
I
wasn't. I mean, like, I was because they're my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I was really just like, I know I'm going to move and make new friends.
Yeah, so it wasn't that big.
Friends come and go.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality, especially when you're a kid, bro.
And that's good that you had that attitude, but not many people are like that.
And they hold on. Some
people get attached, and they're like, "Oh man, how am I gonna leave so and so, or how am I gonna leave this?" Does that make sense? So that's why I asked. Yeah. And then tell me about your upbringing. How was your upbringing? Like, what was your at home lifestyle like?
Yeah.
So was it like vacations on summer? Was it like parents were always there, or were your parents separated? Were you and your sister fighting? Like, what was your at home situation like?
It was good, to be honest. Yeah. It was funny thing about it though is my parents were always out working, right? They had like weird schedules. They're always working, so we were with the nanny most of the time. Mm-hmm. They'd pick us up from school, drop us off. Like they're there a lot just because my parents were out working, and I thought that was like normal. Yeah. And then I go to school, and then kids would be like, "Man, I don't even got a babysitter and all this stuff," and I was hella jealous because
they were alone.
Yeah, because they're alone. I'm like, man, that sounds hella cool. Like not having someone.
Yeah.
Like a nanny or whatever.
No one watching you.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it wasn't like they were out like almost like half the day alone. It was like, you know what I mean? So it was kind of cool, to be real. It was like I think it was this girl, Jamie. She was in her 20s. So it was really like me, my sister, her daughter, and then the babysitter. And we'd just be like out fucking around and whatnot when we were like a little kid while my parents were all at work. And then they come home, they were cool. My dad come home, like we hang out, play Xbox. He go make me do chores and shit. So
It was a good home.
yeah, it was a good home.
What was your teenage years like at school and high school? And
Yeah.
what was Austin like at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old?
I was a little shithead, bro.
What does a shithead mean? What were you doing?
Okay, so I got taken out of public school when I was in the 1st grade, and I got switched to charter school, right? So I was with a bunch of like preppy ass like kids, and then when we moved, I got put back into public school, and none of the kids at charter school, like, none of them do drugs, none of them drink, none of them do like any bullshit, right?
Yeah, they're good kids.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
And then when I got reintroduced back into public school when I was like 12, it was like it's like when innocent girls go to college and they start wilding out. It was like all this stuff was new to me, so I was like, oh, I'm about to just start doing a bunch of
Crazy
shit. Yeah, crazy shit
that you've never experienced.
Exactly, yeah, because it was all new and cool to me. And then I just started hanging out with like the wrong crowd, and we just do stupid shit.
Yeah, what stupid shit? Like stupid shit meaning like jumping off fucking like daredevil shit, or stupid shit like drugs and parties, stupid shit. Like what do you mean by
drugs and parties and shit.
Okay.
I never did any like hard drugs or nothing, but I remember like growing up, like when I was 12, 13, like every day after school, we'd all go over to this kid's apartment and we'd just smoke for like an hour, and then I'd go home, my parents would be like, why are you like what are you doing for like an hour after school? And I'd always just make up some bullshit. And then
you were smoking like weed or cigarettes?
Nah, just weed.
Okay.
Sometimes cigarettes.
So your parents found out that you were doing that?
Actually, nah, they never did.
Oh, they never did.
They knew, but they never had no evidence.
Yeah. They suspected it.
Yeah,
they suspected it.
But they couldn't get me in trouble because I was like, they didn't ever find nothing.
So during that time that you're getting in trouble and all that, what's your relationship with your sister like? Was she like following along, hanging out with you, or were you guys fighting, or were you guys just
we
like
weren't
doing your own
fighting.
thing?
We were just kind of doing our own thing. Like, growing up, like when we were younger, we were really close, and then kind of around that time, it was like I was out doing my stupid shit with that group, and then I think she was still in elementary school at the time, like 4th or 5th grade, and then we're just doing our own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, did you play sports during that? Like any time before you got introduced to boxing, what'd you play?
When I was like way younger.
Yeah, what sports did you play?
I did a bunch of stuff. I did football, soccer, baseball. I skated for a while, like while I was out doing a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah, like skateboard?
Yeah, I was kind of ass at everything other than boxing. Straight up.
Good at
I wasn't good at anything, bro. I did everything for like 1 year. Skating I did for a few years, but that was more of a hobby.
I could see you being a skateboard. Like I could see you skateboarding, like doing a fucking ollie or some shit. A little what is it? Kick flip?
Kick flip.
Yeah.
That shit
going
was
to the
fun,
skate park,
but,
smoking weed. Yeah, I could see that.
That's just some white people shit. Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but you said it for me.
True.
No, that's cool. So, when did you get introduced to boxing? Like, how old were you?
I was about to turn 16.
You about to turn 16? So you were in high school, like a sophomore or something like that?
So yeah, it was my sophomore year, yeah.
And how did boxing come about?
I was like 15 and a half, and then I started because my dad passed, and I remember I was pissed the fuck off. I was so mad because he got hit by a drunk driver on his way to work, and I remember thinking like, this fucking idiot just took like everything from me just because he can't put down the damn bottle, right? So I was like mad. So I was like, I remember that day actually, the day he passed, from the hospital, I went straight to the weightlifting gym, and I was there for like 3 hours just because I was hella.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I had to like let some shit out. Yeah. And then
talk a little bit about that. Like, if you don't mind going into detail as far as like you getting the news and where were you at, and then like how did you feel? Like go into detail about that.
It was.
So where were you? Do you remember where you were?
Yeah, I remember the whole day. So I remember around this time, it was when I was kind of starting to like, I stopped hanging out with like that crowd, and I was kind of being like Like, I want to actually do something with my life. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be hanging out with a bunch of losers. And I remember waking up at like fucking like 5 in the morning, and my sister comes into my room, and I wake up and I'm all confused, and she's like, "Yo, the cops are at our door. Like, they're talking to mom." And I'm like, "I'm fucked." I started thinking like, bro, like, what did I do, right? I'm like, bro, like, fuck, like, what caught up to me? You know what I mean? And then it was just my mom came up to my room and was just like Dad got hit on his, because he was a motorcycle cop, like he rode a motorcycle. She just told me like, Dad got hit, like we got to go to the hospital. And I was like half asleep. And then I remember like just the whole ride, I was just thinking like I don't know. I was like, fuck, like he's probably, it doesn't feel like real, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking like, bro, you get hit on a motorcycle on the freeway, that's like 50, that's like 50-50, you die, you don't, you know what I mean?
I think it's probably more than 50.
Yeah, probably. I know.
Like 90-10 on the freeway on a motorcycle? That's
And
crazy.
it was a wrong way driver too. So it was like,
oh, he was the
it was
dude?
like, yeah, dude like went on the wrong side of the freeway and hit him head on. You ain't surviving that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But I just remember.
So you get in the car, you're thinking that obviously like, dang, my dad is probably not alive.
But it doesn't feel real, because you're sitting there thinking like, okay, like, let's hope he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Like you're hoping for like,
You're hoping for something,
bro,
positive, yeah.
something. But you're thinking like, it's such a, I guess, foreign feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How close were you with your dad? Like, were you closer to him than your mom?
Nah, I'd say it was like 50-50, but he was always like, he was always on my ass about stuff. And especially at that time when you're a teenager and whatnot, you're kind of like, oh, fuck my parents. And
so he was like on you about like your grades and shit like that?
Yeah, just certain stuff like that. But he was always like trying to like hang out with me, spend time with me. And I was just always like.
Do you regret not hanging out with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, what's the biggest lesson that you remember that your dad gave you? Do you have one that you really remember?
Bro, there's a lot. He used to always,
share a couple.
I think, not necessarily a lesson, but like a mindset. He used to always like throw me outside and like make me do chores and shit just for the hell of it when I was a kid. Like I remember I turned like 10 years old. He was like, what do you say, bro? He was something like, oh, you're 10, so you gotta start doing like yard work and shit. And obviously, like, you're a kid, you don't want to do no yard work. And it doesn't sound like bad or nothing, but it's like, I'm talking like middle of June, just throwing you out there in the morning for no reason in the sun, like for an hour, like picking weeds and shit. You're like, man, why the hell I gotta do this? And then I'd like ask him that, and he's like, because you're a Lenehan, like you gotta do it. And I did it, and your grandpa did it, so you're gonna do this shit just cause.
Yeah, so he instilled like work ethic.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, he was like, you gotta, it's not gonna be given to you.
Yeah, just for no reason. Just get your ass out there and work. And I didn't understand it at the time. I was like, my dad's just being an asshole. Yeah. But then later on now, especially when I started boxing, I started getting it like, you got to put in that work.
Yeah, it's instilled in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So let's go back to that day. You get to your destination when you're driving. Where do you go? You go to the hospital?
Bro, yeah. So it was crazy. Normally when people
so he was
like.
still alive?
Nah, he was dead when we got there.
Oh, he was already passed?
Yeah, he was already passed. So we get to the hospital, and when a like a local cop dies, they make a huge whole deal out of it. So we roll up in our car, and I kind of already like they didn't tell us that he passed or nothing like later until we got there. But by the time we showed up, he was dead. We go there, we enter through the back of the hospital, and there's a bunch of cop cars and like everything. Bro, as we're going through the back doors, there's like a line of cops on both sides, like leading us in. And I'm like, I kind of got the message there. You know what I mean? Bro, if he was alive, they wouldn't be doing all that shit. Yeah. So me and my family walk in through the back of the hospital, and they got like a little consoling room for families or whatever in there. And then we were in there for like, bro, we were in there for so long. And then eventually, like, none of the cops wanted to tell us. But then my mom took one of them like just out the room, was like, bro, just tell us, like, is he dead or alive? And she was like, yeah, he passed. But they were all fucking bullshitting, bro. They were all like, oh, we don't know. It's like,
yeah, they didn't want to say it.
Yeah, they didn't want to say it, but it's like, bro, like.
So what happens after that? Like to your family, to your sister, to your mom, to you? Like you obviously crushed. You just find out your dad passed. What is it that from that moment to the next steps in your life? What goes on at home and what goes on with you?
It was weird. Felt like I was dreaming for like 3-4 months. So he passed on it was like a Thursday or a Friday. And I didn't feel any sort of emotions until like months later. It was like I was like disassociated completely for like 4 months. I remember like I show up to school on like the following Monday and like everyone's all like, is this dude supposed to be like sad or some shit?
Yeah.
But I was just like,
It didn't hit you.
it didn't hit me. I was just in shock for like 4 months.
So during the funeral and all that, you were still in shock. Like you weren't like crying, you weren't like heartbroken, like it still didn't hit you.
I cried once when we got back from the hospital, and that was it.
Dang.
I don't know, it's weird.
So when do you said it took you 4 months. When do you feel like it hit you? When was it when you were like, damn, it hit you? When was it?
Like random moments when you're trying to do shit. And I'm sure like, I knew like you grew up like without a dad and stuff. And I'm sure like, you know, people watching have. But when you're trying to like do some shit like fix a pipe at the house or like random shit like you're learn how to tie a tie, like random shit like that, and you're just like,
and my dad would do this. My dad, this is something.
This is something like my dad would show me how to do or stuff like that. So it's kind of like through stuff like that, it'd be like a little like reminder, like, damn.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, he really is
he's
not here.
Yeah, I can relate with that. I used to always feel it when I would spar and the kid that I'm sparring, his dad was
in there. I felt like that with
all the time.
Yeah, I hated that shit, bro.
Yeah, one time, I'll share one story. One time I sparred this kid and his dad was in the corner. But the thing that stood out so much about this kid is when we got to the gym, the dad carried his bag. And then when we got inside, his dad wrapped his hands.
You're doing it all for him?
Doing it all for him. And then when he was in the corner, his dad was giving him water, wiping his face, just taking care of him. And that was the first time that I honestly felt like I always felt it, but that was the first time that I actually like saw it. Like, damn.
You see what you're missing out on.
You see what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
And I was older, man. I was like 19 when that happened.
Yeah.
And when I left the gym that day, I remember I drove off and I just made a turn like a block away from the gym, and I literally just cried.
Yeah,
and I was like 19, so it's not like I was a 10-year-old kid. Like I was 19, I literally just cried, and I just felt like, damn. So I know what you mean by that. Yeah. And I think for yours it was worse because you got to experience that, and then it just got taken away. And at the time when you needed them the most, at your teenage years. Yeah. So, what was it like with your sister and your mom? Were you trying to like, were they crushed and then you were trying to stay strong, or what was that like?
That's really what it was. It was like my sister took like time off school, my mom took time off work, and I kind of just felt like I had to like step up in a way, like kind of like as a emotional support. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of got to step up now.
Yeah,
take that
especially when there's no other male. No brother, no dad, no nothing. So you're like, damn, I gotta be here for my sister and my mom.
Exactly. And it's like, at the same time, you're going through it all too. Yeah. And you're like, bro, like, I feel like I don't got time to like bitch, cry, and complain.
Yeah. And to be real, I feel like that's a male responsibility. Like you as a male, like now, as a father at home, husband, when I have all sorts of shit going on, I feel like I can never be like, oh, I had a long day, and like and complain on my son or complain on my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me as a man showing that I'm okay, even though I'm not okay. Obviously, if I want to be all sentimental with my wife or something, maybe. But I think that's a trait as a male. It's like I need to be strong for my family. You know?
That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah. So you were kind of like in a way forced to grow up pretty quick, right? Because you had to be like, I gotta
grow up. I gotta grow together. Yeah. That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah. So how did boxing get introduced? Like, so you went to the gym that day. You said you were in the gym for 3 hours. Like, how the fuck did boxing come about though? Like,
I kept going to the gym like over and over, like just because I was like I felt as if though, if I would, because I go to school, I come home, I go to the gym, I'm there for hella long, I go to bed. I felt as if though like every day when I woke up, there'd be like 1 second, 2 seconds from when I wake up of like I'm chilling. And then it's into like after that, I just remember what happened, and then my whole day is fucked, and I need stuff to distract me from that. So it's really just like I go to school, okay, I'm around people, that's a distraction. I'm not sitting in my room depressed all the time. And then go work out and whatnot. And then I was like, I remember like I'd always get like mad when I was working out. Just like kind of trying to what's the word? Channel it into something, you know what I mean? Like channeling like all that like anger.
Yeah, all your emotions.
Yeah. And then I was going there with a couple friends to the gym and stuff, and one of them used to box. And then we'd just be hanging out, working out, and he'd bring it up, and I'm like, yeah, not gonna lie, bro, I feel like I just gotta punch someone in the face. That's how I was feeling. So then I just kind of took it up, and then that same work ethic from my childhood to the gym and all that, I just channeled that right into boxing.
Yeah. Tell us about the beginning of your boxing. Like, what was it like walking into the boxing gym first? What was training like? What was boxing like for you at that time?
Yeah, it was I used to go to the I started out going to the UFC gym in Folsom because I don't remember if I was in, oh yeah, I was living in Cameron Park at the time.
Yeah.
There's like nothing in that area, right? Like the UFC gym in Folsom was like the only closest place. And I actually started with kickboxing for a couple of months before I started boxing. And the real reason why I started boxing was just because I was getting tired of getting kicked in the nuts.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting kicked in the nuts in kickboxing, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. I just want to
you were
throw
tired.
hands.
Yeah,
I was like, I just want to throw hands, bro. This other shit sucks. So I started doing that. But I remember my first day showing up to like the boxing classes or whatever. I just remember thinking like, I know like I'm not the best one here, but there's no excuse for me not to be the hardest worker here.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon I kind of just passed everyone up that was there.
So how long until you had your first fight? How was your first sparring session? Give me details about that.
They kind of threw me in like really quick.
To sparring and stuff?
Yeah. And I had my first fight after, I want to say 4 months of training. It was quick. I mean, there's a video of me like right when I first started. You saw it. Yeah. I sucked, right? I wasn't good at all.
I'm going to put it on this, actually.
Don't, bro.
We have to. I think
all
it is important.
Fine. You guys got to put it up because I was trash.
I think it's important so people can see your process.
I guess.
It's not like you look like that still. It's just that's where you started.
Yeah, that's where I started. Yeah, so I sucked. I wasn't good.
Yeah, so then that's what it was like.
Yeah.
And then tell us about, competition. Just for those that don't know, this wasn't with us yet. He started at a UFC gym. Then you transitioned to, what kind of gym was it? Like MMA or what was it?
The coach at that gym that was doing the boxing classes.
At the UFC gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
He branched off, made his own gym. And then I just went with him because he was the dude coaching me.
Yeah.
And then, but they had like MMA classes.
So it was a mixture of things, but he was coaching you for the boxing.
100%, yeah.
Okay. And then from there, as you're doing your boxing, you competed, right? And then tell us about how many fights did you have?
With that coach?
Yeah.
I had 6 or 7 fights with him. I only lost one time. Well, I went out. I'm going to tell the funny story about those comments on that video because I want to talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about
that video. Dude, okay, that video of me was so bad, and I get what the comments were saying because I'd be thinking the same shit. But it was like
to be fair, you look like you were retarded.
All right, bro, now you're bullshitting with me. I looked retarded in the video. I looked like special needs, like, bro.
Yes.
I was bad. Look, I had no technique, bro.
Exactly. So I think for you, and I always talk about this with people. I always talk about this.
You're an asshole for that, Jose.
Hey, you came a long way. I always tell people this. If you have 2 people in the ring and one guy really believes in himself and that guy just has great and believes in himself, and another guy has great technique but does not believe in themselves, and you put them in the ring, the person that always will win is the guy that believes
Nah,
in
that's
himself.
fact.
It doesn't
That's
even
fact.
matter if his technique is garbage.
Yes,
If
fact.
he's aggressive and believes in himself,
That's fact.
you're gonna do good. The other guy can have great technique, but if you don't believe in himself, he's gonna get his ass whooped. And I think that's what helped you. You had great
100%.
work ethic. You came out there with fucking heart and balls, and you gave it all you had. And I think that's what helped you.
That's what it was.
Because technique, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
But I remember the night before the fight, when right before I was about to go to bed,
Yeah.
like scrolling through those comments on that damn video, and this was the first time I had seen it. And I remember just being like, nah, fuck that.
What do you mean by fuck that?
Bro, because all the comments were like, this dude fucking sucks, he's gonna get knocked out, like all this shit. And I'm literally like looking at this the day before
your first fight.
And this is my first time ever seeing those comments. And I'm like, I feel like a lot of people would like look at that and put like doubt in their mind.
Hell yeah.
But I was like,
a lot of people would have quit. Like they would have pulled out that fight.
I'm like, nah,
to be real.
I'm like, fuck that shit. I gotta knock this dude out.
That added motivation for you.
Yeah, it added hell of motivation. And then I went out there and stopped, dude.
I think that's important to point out there, because this is what a lot of people do. Something happens and they either use it as motivation,
Make or break, yeah.
or they use it as I'm not doing
An
this.
excuse.
An excuse. Yeah. And for you got this that could have been negative for a lot of people, because they could have bought into that. Like, damn, maybe I do suck. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
I did suck.
And no, I'm saying that, but you could have been like, you know what, coach, I'm not fighting tomorrow. You know, I don't think I'm doing it. But you use that as motivation. And I think that's important. That's an important thing for anybody, is whatever is happening to you is not happening to you, it's happening for you. And you use that to shine the next day. Because
you're gonna face odds.
Yep.
You're gonna.
So you stopped them, and then you said 7 fights. So what were the other 6 fights like?
I had 7 fights with that dude. I stopped that first guy, and then like a month later, I fought at Tortoiseshell. I fought a kid with like 10 fights. It was my second fight, and then I lost a split to him. And I remember thinking like, bro, I was so like distraught after losing. I'm like mentally where I was at, like losing that fight. I'm like, damn, that means this dude could beat my ass and fuck my girlfriend. Like he's gonna, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about it like that. Like that's mentally where I'm at. I'm like, if I see this dude in the street, if he could beat me in a fight, that means he could whoop my ass and take my girl and embarrass me in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And that's just what I was thinking when I took that loss. I was like, bro, that's
another, man, Agustin throwing out fire right now, because that's another thing that's important. When things happen, like losses and like that, you gotta use it as like, yo, this shit is not okay.
Yeah, right? I was pissed,
and
bro.
I think that's what you did. Like, this is not okay. You didn't fold on it. So you lost to this guy. And real quick, your second fight, you fought a dude with 10 fights. I like that. Most coaches wouldn't do that. And so the fact that he didn't give a fuck, I think that's dope.
It was a split too. I barely lost that.
That's good. So you lost, and then you have 5 more fights. What happened?
I won them all.
So what happened though? So what happened? Like why'd you win them? Or what is your reason behind your success? Why did you think you did so well?
The next fight after, because I was thinking, like, damn, I'm not about to let this dude. If I see this dude in the street, I'm not gonna let him beat my ass and take my girl. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I'm like, fuck that. So then my next fight, I fought a center ring, and I was like, all right, like the motivation for that one was like, I'm 1-1 now, and I'm like, bro, if I get a negative record, if I go 1-2. Like I damn near might just quit, because there's no point in me boxing if I'm like, which that's how you
thought of it.
That's how I thought of it. But if you're like 1-2, that's like, okay, those are your first 3 fights. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. But that's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe this shit ain't even meant for me. If I have a negative fucking record, like how am I gonna pull up to school the next Monday after this Saturday and tell people I got a negative record? Like that's bad, you know what I mean? So then I went out there, I beat the shit out the kid.
It was important for you.
Yeah,
you really wanted to win.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
And that's another thing. Your will to win was greater than anything else.
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck about anything else. Like, I'm gonna win regardless.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this kid, I'm gonna win. I went out there, kicked his ass, and he went back in the back room, started crying after. And I remember he went over there, like took his headgear off, threw it on the ground, and started crying in the corner. And I was like, pussy.
It made you feel good?
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I wanted it more than you. Yep, I got it.
You wanted it more than him. Where were your other fights like after that?
I don't remember that much. I just remember I fought some kid from Lions Den. He hit hella fucking hard. You watched the rematch with that kid. It was right before I joined your gym.
Yeah, Flawless.
Flawless. Yeah. That was the rematch with that kid. The first fight I had, it was close. I won. And then I fought a few more times. I won those. I had a rematch with that kid. And that was the only 8 count in that fight I ever got hit with ever in the amateurs was that one 8 count. And that was like 30 seconds in the first round. And still to this day, that is the hardest puncher I ever been in there with. Fight, sparring, whatever. Like that kid hit so fucking hard. I remember.
More than X? I'm gonna tell X.
Yeah, more than X, bro. X, that kid bitched you in power. Like, bro, that kid hit so damn hard.
X is gonna be like, I be playing with you.
I don't, man. Fuck, I'll whoop X's ass, bro.
So keep going. So that kid
that dude
hard.
is so damn hard.
Kid? Does he still box?
I don't think he still boxes now.
Okay.
But I just remember he hit me with a left hook, and I remember my vision going black. Like I wasn't seeing shit, and then I just remember like seeing the ref like 2, 3, 4, and I'm like, I remember thinking like, bro, that was the very beginning of the round. Like this dude's about to, like I gotta dog it out this next like probably 2.5 minutes because I'm not about to get knocked out in the first fucking round. That's crazy. So I made it out the first round, and then I won the next 2, and I knocked him down the round after. So I got an 8 count on him because I knocked him down, and then third round, I was just on him and then won.
Yeah.
So
you're doing good. Your record 6-1, right? So you had 7 fights, so 6-1. Why did you want to train here? Why did you want to leave your coach? It sounds like you guys are doing good. Why did you want to make the change?
Because at that point, I was only fighting every like couple of months. And the thing was, I was 17 at the time. And I'm knowing like, bro, there are all these kids that started when they were like 6, 8, like, and at this point, bro, I'm 17. There's kids with like 200 fights by the time they're 17. I got 7 fights, and I'm like, I gotta like how we did, we kind of fast tracked it, like find hella over the last year. But that's really what I wanted. I wanted to compete more. And then also at the time, it was like he had his own gym. He was trying to keep it alive. So he was really just like focusing on like fucking like Pilates classes and shit.
Oh,
and
like the business side.
Yeah, the business side, which is cool. Cause I mean, like you got it kind of like sectioned off here where it's like we focus on our stuff and then they kind of do their shit. But it was like we over here, we don't spar with these people. Yeah, so at the other gym, it was like we'd all be kind of doing it like together, like the people on the competition team and then the people that were like just doing it like as a hobby. And it was like, if you're on the competition team and whatnot, you got to be going with dudes who are like competitive, like, and they're trying to whoop you in sparring and whatnot, just because it builds you. Whereas like the people just doing it for like hobby or like, you know, getting in shape and whatnot, it's kind of like they're doing it for their own reasons. So that was another kind of reason why I wanted to come here. Because over here, it's like we got the whole competition team on this side doing our competition stuff. And then we got it kind of like separated where we got the other people doing it for their reasons, like their hobby, like if it's a hobby or, you know, losing weight or just whatever.
I want to learn the basics.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Yeah. So we kind of got to divide into like levels.
Yeah, they're not being forced to be a part of something if they don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you pick here? Why did you want to come here?
Because I came here twice for a weight sparring. That was another thing. I ain't never got a weight sparring with that dude. Like, I got a weight sparring maybe like once every 4 months with him. So
those that don't know, a weight sparring is when you spar outside of
different
your gym.
gyms. Yeah.
So you're not sparring people from your gym.
Exactly, which is important because y'all got to get experience with different styles and different stuff, and you know what I mean. And it's different. It's like the atmosphere is different. Yeah. It's almost like you're in a fight.
Yeah.
So
it helps with the nerves.
Exactly. Yeah. So I came here. I sparred Diego. I'm sure you remember that sparring. It was good ass work, and I remember thinking like, bro, if I got that type of work, like on a daily basis, if I'm in the gym with these dudes all the time that are better than me, I'm gonna just get better. Like 1 + 1 = 2. If I'm in the gym with better dudes, I'm gonna get better. So I was like, okay, bro, I gotta switch.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like an easy choice to make because, you know, it's like your first coach and all this stuff.
How was that like?
Kind of sucked. I mean, I was hella nervous.
So tell me about that. I'm gonna share a story about one of my coaches, but I want you to talk about that.
Bro,
and then I'm gonna tell you something too. But tell me how that went down.
It was, I fought the weekend after me and Diego sparred, and mentally at this point I was already kind of like, because for months I'd been thinking about it, because I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I got the work ethic is there, it's just the environment, coaching and stuff isn't, right? So I'm like, I feel like I would thrive somewhere else. And so I'm like, mentally, I was already kind of like, bro, I got to find somewhere else to go. And then I came, sparred here, and I was like, ooh, this might be the place. And then I fought.
Why'd you come spar here? How did that come about?
He just was like, you want to spar Jose's? He just got away sparring, yeah. And then I fought, and then I was like, I remember I was too scared to tell him in person. I was too scared, but which was a pussy move on my part. I should have told him in person. But I texted him like this long paragraph explaining everything, like everything I just told you basically. And I was just like, I just thanked him, and I was like, I'm gonna pull up Monday just so I can, hang out with you guys and train one last time. And I'm not gonna like basically do like an Irish goodbye. So at least I pulled up on the next Monday, right? I wasn't just gonna text him and then dip, but I came, and then I talked to everyone, hung out, had a normal like training day, and
that was after the Flawless fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little awkward because at that point everyone already knew I was gonna dip after that, but I didn't want to like, you know what I mean? It's disrespectful, I feel like, if you just kind of up and dip.
That's cool, yeah.
So I just wanted to pull up one last time and hang out with him.
What was he like? Like, what did he say to you? What was his demeanor like towards you?
That day, the training day, he was cool.
He was cool?
I thought he was gonna be, I was honestly
upset.
I was worried, yeah. I was like, bro, he's gonna be like, maybe like giving me the cold shoulder or like being kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like upset or something like that.
Because I'll give you the coach's side. As a coach, you get attached and you care for these people.
Yeah.
And when they leave you, it's almost like getting dumped. Honestly, it feels like you're getting dumped.
Yeah, I get that.
So it hurts. Even though, like let's say it's a great scenario for them or whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're getting dumped. Getting dumped is not gonna ever feel good. Even if they fucking give you chocolates while they're dumping you, you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna hurt, Yeah. So the coaching side, it hurts. It's hard, but it feels a little better at ease when they talk to you like a man and tell you. Yeah. And I'll give you a scenario. When I started boxing with my original coach.
I think you told me this.
And then I went to the center. And then I was and then I only went there because my original coach told me to go there. Yeah. That's the only reason why I went there. That, yeah. I would have never gone without him telling me. And then he suddenly came back because he had time to train me after I was years with this guy, the second coach.
Was it the black dude?
My original coach was the black one, Tucker.
Tucker, yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to Robert Garcia, Mexican dude, and he told me, I'm ready to train you. But I was always in contact with him. He would go to my fights and everything.
He just couldn't train you.
He couldn't train me because he had 2 jobs, right? When he freed up the second job, he was like, I could train you now. But now I'm like, damn, I've been with dude for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be like, all right, I'm out,
Yeah.
And then, but then at the same time, I'm following the lead of the coach that I've been with from the beginning. And I saw like a father, like he was like a dad to me. And I honestly was terrified of Robert. And because he's very disciplined, strict and everything. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to tell this dude that I'm about to leave.
That shit's scary, bro.
And I was like, I don't want to tell him. And Tucker was like, look, you got to be a man. Yeah. Go to him, take him out to eat, tell him to his face, and tell him why and everything. And he was cool. He was cool about it. But even after when I would see him, he was a little weird about things. You could tell our relationship was a little dull. And I get it. Now, I'm gonna bring this back to you. I knew. So 2 people told me about you. First one was Amy.
Oh, yeah. She was training at that gym.
Amy called me. Yeah. She specifically called me and was like, hey, there's this kid named Austin, white kid, and she told me about you. She actually told me about your dad passing. And she told me your story. Not in detail, but she told me, what was going on with you.
Just of it, yeah.
Yeah, and she told me that she really liked you and that you worked hard. And she said he would do really good under you. And I told him to go to you. And I just want you to know that he's really good and take him serious. And that was the first person. Now, she was actually the second person, but
who's the first?
The first was Romero told me.
Oh, for real?
Well, he didn't tell me, he was just,
because I would always see him at the local shows. That makes sense.
He just told me, hey, I got this kid, he's pretty good. I think he's gonna come to our gym. That's what he would say. I think he's gonna come to our gym. He's gonna come to our gym. That's it. And then, and I'll be 100% honest with you. I did not like you because let me tell you why I didn't like you.
All right.
Let me tell you why I didn't like about you. I did not like that you were fighting at Flawless, and I don't know if you remember this, but you came up to me at Flawless.
I do remember that.
You remember? You remember what you said?
That I'm gonna join your gym.
That's
And then you
exactly-
asked if I told my coach it, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna tell him like
Yes.
probably tomorrow or something.
You told me that.
I know.
And
I do remember that.
And what happened, this is why I didn't like it. Because I'm a coach. I put myself in that coach's shoes.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm
like, damn, this dude kind of like
yeah.
cheating on me, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, if he's willing to leave his coach that quick and do it like that, what makes you think he's not gonna do it to me and he's not gonna do it to the next guy? And to me, I just thought that was disrespectful. Yeah. So in my side, I took it as like disrespect, and I didn't like it.
No, I get that.
And I remember I watched your fight, and I told I can't remember. I think it was Coach Ray. And I looked at him and I'm like, look, the kid just comes forward.
I know how to box.
He doesn't know how to box.
Yeah.
And I told him, remember that, because if he trains with us, he's not gonna be like that. He's gonna be a really good boxer. But I like that he comes forward. And I was kind of contemplating taking you in, but Amy's phone call really made me.
That's good.
Amy's phone call really made me like, you know what, do it. And then the fact that you talked to your coach.
Yeah.
Because anytime I get somebody from another gym, if they competed, there's a difference. If you went to another gym and you just trained there and never competed for the coach,
yeah,
there's no problem. But if you competed for another coach, I always tell you, go talk to that coach, tell him thank you in his face. Tell him thank you for what he did, and be grateful for him, and then get his blessings.
Yeah.
And then after he does that, I always call that coach. Because most of the time I know the coaches, and I call them. I'm like, hey.
Call my old coach?
And I'm like, hey, I got so-and-so over here, da-da-da. And I usually do that most of the time. And then you told me that you went over there and da-da-da. And then I talked to Amy about it. I did not call your coach, though. I didn't call him. One, I didn't know him. I never.
Yeah, it's kind of random.
I never had a conversation with him besides a hello. So I didn't know him. I should have tried harder, though. To be real, I kind of regret not talking to him, just out of respect.
He was an interesting dude.
Yeah, just out of respect, though. Regardless if people are weird or pieces of shit, I just feel like the respect should be mutual, regardless of how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, you join the gym, you come. Tell me what the gym was like for you at the beginning, and how was it transitioning from what you were used to this?
Yeah, honestly, it was a rough transition. It was like I had to almost tear down a whole style and then build a new one up. Mm-hmm. So it was like the first 6 months, I felt like I was almost like getting worse, just because it was like such a different transition as far as like the stuff you were teaching me and whatnot. And so I was kind of like, damn, like, was the grass greener on the other side? But then I remember telling myself, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give it 1 year, because I'm working hard, but I'm like, I mean, like you were talking to me about that, like we gotta tear down old habits and build new ones, right? Mm-hmm. And it was that whole process of it, I felt like I was getting worse for a little bit, just because I was tearing down the old habits portion of it.
You were going backwards.
Exactly, yeah, I was going backwards so I can start taking one step back to go 2 steps forward type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember like telling myself, like, I'm gonna give it a year. If I still somehow fucking suck after a year, bro, I might have to, you know what I mean? Like maybe I made a mistake, right? Yeah. And then that's not what happened.
That's cool. Real quick before you keep going, I like that you gave yourself a timeline. Yeah. I think that's important. And I think it's important. I always talk about it with sports.
Give it time.
I always talk about it with sports. Like if you join a basketball team, you don't quit after 4 bad games or 2 bad practices. You finish the fucking season, and then at the end of the season, you evaluate. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe do I want to play another season, or do I want, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fact that you did that is crucial. I think that's another hot fucking nugget, bro. That's a dope one.
Because
you gave yourself time frame, and then like after that, boom. Because people jump to conclusions too quick.
Yeah, and they'll like
don't have the
switch
patience.
Around and stuff.
Don't have the patience. If you keep switching, you're never gonna get nowhere anywhere because you just keep doing this. Yeah. You know,
You're not set on like one kind of.
Yeah, you're actually a lot smarter than you look. I'm fucking with you. All right, so that's good. So after a year, you transition, you start doing pretty good. What happened?
Competing more. I think I had one fight with you before I went to the nationals, right?
Yeah, I gotta ask you this because it's very different. How'd you feel about me telling you about the Warrior program and me making you test to do bullshit and this and do that, and I don't make you're not sparring until you do this, you're not that. How did you feel about that? You can be honest. I'm being honest. You can be honest. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, Amy told me about that. She was like, "Look, like you'll get good, but you just gotta follow this like wacky ass program he got." And I was like, "Okay." And then I showed up and I was like, "This is a wacky ass program." I'm like, "You got me doing like a bunch of bullshit I don't want to do." And I was like, "Okay, like I just kind of would always remember like back to what Amy was saying. Like she's like, you're gonna think it's like fucking weird and you're not gonna want to do it, but just trust it and follow it." And I was like, all right. So then it was, I was like, all right, I'll, in that year time frame or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna just, whatever, I'm gonna trust it and do it. And, hopefully this pays off is where I was at. And then it did, so.
So do you remember the levels? Do you remember the bullshit you did? Do you remember what pissed you off the most? Or do you remember any particulars that stand out to you?
Certain things like that one day I had to do like an hour of videography. I'm like, bro, why the fuck am I here doing? I'm not a photographer. I'm not a videographer. I'm a fighter. Like, I'm trying to, like if I'm at the gym, I want to be like hitting the bag or something. If not, like I'm trying to take my ass home and take a nap. Like I don't want to be sitting here like recording people and it's not, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why am I doing this?
And then I had to clean the bathrooms too?
Yeah, that was like later though. So that wasn't like, that was like, I kind of already get like your Mr. Miyagi bullshit you got us doing. Like fucking wash my car. I'm like, all right, bro. So I like, by the time you had me cleaning the bathrooms out one day, I was kind of already like, I'm gonna get this bullshit out the way so I can, you know what I mean?
Did I ever tell you the origin of all that shit?
Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, no.
No,
you never did.
I never shared it with you?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe you did. Like, you're gonna have to do shit that you just don't want to do.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I want to share it with you. I'm gonna share it with you, and I'll share it with everybody else. So when I went to, one thing that I learned when I went to the center, I had to do things I didn't want to do. Yeah. And I noticed, and this is the Mexican style, and I think, and no joke, and I think this is what American gyms missing, I feel, because the Mexican style is you're proven in two ways. One is how you fight in your balls and your heart. That's the number one thing they look at. But the two is the shit, they make you do shit on purpose to prove that you're gonna listen and you're coachable. Because if you're not coachable,
there's no point.
There's no point of me teaching you how to hit somebody, how to hurt somebody, how to do this, if you're not coachable. You're just
gonna do your own thing.
You're gonna do your own thing. It's almost like it's like training a dog or any sort of anything. You got to make sure they're gonna listen, they're coachable before you go on teaching them all this crazy shit. Because it's an investment you're making in this person, right?
Yeah, I got you.
So for me, what I got tested at when I started is they made me sit on a bench and just sit there.
You told me this like 3 days or something.
Yeah, and just watch. That was the way I got tested. And then they made me do shit like that. And I used to be pissed off. I'm like, bro, I rode fucking an hour of public transportation to get here and sit on a bench. Like, I feel like you with the videographer shit. I'm like, bro, I want to fight. What the fuck am I sitting on a bench watching people train, right? But the point of that was to get people to see, the coaches to see like, all right, this guy's worth my time. Yeah. Now, that's why I do the testing. But now how do you break it? Why did I break it up in all these different levels is how you develop somebody. Now, one thing that I did is if you pay attention to other gyms, and there's a majority of them, because it's very tough to do, you don't know how to separate who you're gonna work with, but then you also don't know how to separate the different levels and people. Like, for example, you said, I was sparring with 30-year-old moms and shit, 35-year-old soccer moms. Like, I bring a mirror up to you and I get you to pick what you want to do. Like, look, you say you want to be a bad motherfucker, then you got to start acting like a bad motherfucker. Yeah. This is what you got to do. So I'm building you up from the inside way before the outside. And that's how all that shit came about. And I see it a lot with coaches where they spend all this time with the fighter and then it goes all to waste because, like for me, I hate being in the corner if you're not gonna listen.
There's no point.
If I'm in your corner, I expect for me and you to have a relationship. That's why I hate working corners for people that I didn't coach. I don't like it because I feel like I'm doing a disservice to you. Like I'm not helping you. We don't understand each other. If I'm in the corner and I'm gonna spend time out of my day to be there for you, I expect you to listen. If you just need somebody to give you water, there's a bunch of people that can give you water. You don't need me to give you water. And if someone does not listen to you in the gym,
they're not gonna listen in a fight.
They're not gonna listen in a fight. Hell no, they're not gonna listen to a fight.
That's true.
So for me, all the bullshit I make you guys do is to prove that you're gonna listen and you're gonna trust me. And that's how I do it. And then also, I pick and choose. You get more from me. Like for example, as you moved up in the levels, did you get more of me or no?
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's an investment.
It's an investment. So like for example, when you're at Blood Axe to where you were at Basil where you finished, was I the same towards you or was I different?
Nah, you were more like, I guess, like there,
I was more invested,
exactly,
right? Yeah. And that's how I pick and choose who I give my time to. Sometimes I get people that come in and they're brand new and they're like, oh, coach, I want to do this and this and that. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't even know you. Like you literally just started.
Yeah.
And I always compare everything to sex and people think it's funny, but it's like, but it's true. Imagine you just get in a relationship and you're like, oh, I want to go on trips and fucking fuck you all day. It was like, bro, I just met you. I don't even know who you are.
No, I get that.
Like, you know, that's how it is. And that's how all this is organized. All right, now let's talk about your competitions, because you had 7 fights when you came here and you finished with how many?
46.
46, so that means we had a total of 39 fights together.
Yeah.
Throughout those 39 fights, talk about them. What did you learn? What were they like? What frustrated? What did you give me the ups and downs. Don't just give me the rainbows only. Give me the hardships also.
I remember my very first fight when I started competing with you. I remember I hadn't competed in like a while, right? Just because I was like switching gyms and starting through the Warrior program and whatnot. I remember thinking like, I feel good in the gym, but all right, like let's see how good I am in the actual fight, right? So it's kind of like I felt like it was almost, I guess like a tryout to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, like let's see how I feel compared to the last time I fought, which was a while ago at that point. And then I went out there and kicked dude's ass, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And then you were talking to me about like, hey, you should try to put in an exemption form and register for the nationals coming up, which I think was like a month from then or something like that. And so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And I didn't think they were gonna accept my stuff because I was like, I think I was like 8-1 at this point, 7-1 or something. Mm-hmm. I was a novice still. I had under 10 fights. And you go to the nationals, it's like all open people.
Open is people that have over 10 fights.
Over 10 fights, yeah.
So you can be in there with somebody with 80 fights.
Yeah, exactly.
And USA Boxing usually doesn't let you go if you don't have that because of like a safety thing. They don't want you to get hurt.
There's
so
no
he
point
filed
you
an
going.
exemption form to go, and he got accepted. And then you went, and how'd it go?
I went, and I remember I fought like another time over here. So I think I had, like 8 fights now at this point, something like that. Yeah, like 8. I went to the nationals, and this was the first time I ever been like, damn, like I could actually do something like with boxing, right? Because the local shows or whatever, you're fighting at like gyms or like little bar, like the small stage, right?
Yeah, and the biggest difference too, just for those that don't know, local shows you're fighting people in your region.
Yeah.
And nationals you're competing with people from all over the country, and usually these are like the best boxers in the country.
Yeah.
Like you don't go there unless you're a fucking dog. That's why I always crack up with coaches that like, oh, I'm undefeated. Motherfucker, you undefeated fighting at local shows.
A bunch of bums and shit.
Yeah, cherry picking.
Motherfucker,
go fight the best in the fucking country and then see how good you are.
Exactly,
And that's what nationals is.
Yeah, exactly.
So you went there and then what happened?
I went there as a novice with like 8 fights or something. And at this point, I'd only been boxing for like 2.5 years maybe. Mm-hmm. And all the dudes at the nationals too, the majority of them, they've been fighting since they were like fucking
kids.
Yeah, kids. Because that's like their childhood sport. Fucking
they've been doing it.
They've been doing it since they were a little ass kid. Like it's their childhood sport. They just kept going with it. Mm-hmm. And then I show up. I remember being like thinking I was gonna be nervous, but I remember being like excited before my first fight. I was like, bro, I finally get to like prove like I belong here and like prove myself. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I finally get to like actually like make something out of this, like fight where it counts, and it's like, you know, I'm on this big ass live stream, and I'm on the biggest stage in the country, and like, it was a whole lot cooler than, you know, fighting fucking in Sac. And then I go out there, I had a tough fight with a national champ. He had like 55, 60 fights at the time. It was like my 8th or 9th. And then I won a split. And then my mom afterwards, she sent me like the kid, like his Instagram or whatever. And I remember being like, damn, like I beat that kid. Like, bro, that kid got like all these accolades and like all this shit. Like, damn, like if I would have seen who I was fighting before, I would not have thought I could beat that kid. But then I went out there and won. So I was like, damn, like I'm about to get hella good. Like later on, if I got, you know, 2.5 years under my belt, 8 fights, I just beat a national champ. And then
it really boosted your confidence.
Yeah, it boosted my confidence hella. I was like, shit, like I could actually like, that's when I realized, I'm like, damn, like I could actually like make something out of this. That's when I realized like, I guess like I was like talented or whatever, because I was.
How many tournaments did you do?
I lost count. I don't know. I did a lot.
Is there a tournament that was your favorite or that you really liked?
Fuck yeah. Favorite and least favorite.
All right, what's your favorite and least favorite?
No, like it's the same tournament.
Oh, what?
The Worlds.
So, it was your favorite because
it was my favorite because it's
the biggest tournament.
Bro, it's the biggest tournament in the world.
Yeah.
Even the Olympic gold medalist from the last Olympics didn't even win that tournament.
Yeah.
He lost to Russia in the finals. So it's like, okay, like I fought at the biggest tournament in the world as the youngest in history to ever fight that tournament.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like this is crazy. And it was like, bro.
And like, for those that don't know, this guy went to Dubai. Dubai, right?
Yeah, it was Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
It was crazy, bro.
World tournament where it's amateurs and professionals compete from all over the country.
It's literally like the best in the world from all their countries.
Yeah. And did hella good.
That's why I don't like it though, bro, because I lost, bro.
Yeah, but if you think about it.
I lost when it mattered the most.
You fought a dude that was a pro already, and he had a ton of experience. Yeah. You were 18, 19 at the time, 19?
I got accepted into the Worlds on my 19th birthday.
Yeah,
I woke up on my birthday, checked my email, and I got accepted.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And
I was so proud of this guy. I feel bad because I couldn't go. And
but your fault.
Yeah, but you know, that's probably one of my favorite things about him. I have a lot of things I like about him. I know I said I didn't like him at the beginning, but he grew on me. I fucking like this guy. No, but one of the things that I love about him is he doesn't give a fuck. Like, if he has to go to Mars to fight a fucking alien, he would do it. Like, some crazy shit. That's how determined he is about this. And he's like, hey, I'm doing this. Oh, when he would look up tournaments, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do that, da. And he would ask me, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And he was down, and he found a way, and he always got there. And that's why he is where he is, and that is why he got there so quick. In 3 years, he accomplished a lot of things. In Mexico, won this belt, and then a couple international tournaments. You ended up being like what rank in the U.S.? I forgot.
I was like 7, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I should have been top 5, bro. USA Boxing been fucking me over at those nationals.
Yeah, and by the way, after you won the Worlds, you got suspended.
Yeah, exactly. I got suspended.
Over politics shit that has nothing to do with him personally. I don't even want to get into that, but he got suspended, and that's actually how the idea of fighting professional was born, right? Because you were like, hey, they were talking about giving him a year suspension. He was like, damn, a year suspension for an athlete at 19 years old, they don't give a fuck what sport it is. Yeah. That's a big holdup.
I know, that's a big holdup. That's
you know
what I'm saying, like amateurs too, that's like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Just throw away the whole amateur career at that point.
It was wild. So that's how the idea came up. At the end of the day, it wasn't that long. But you got to compete at your last amateur fight. You did that, JNBA versus everybody. Yeah. Let's talk about that. How was that? How was that event?
Bro, that shit was crazy. It just felt like a good pro event.
Yeah.
Even though it was the amateurs.
Yeah. What was your, give me a couple of like highlights of it that you really liked. Is there any highlights that you were like, man, I really like this and that or whatever?
The whole setup of it was really professional. I mean, we had it like live streamed on millions. We had a big crowd, bunch of sponsors and everything. Like the way it was set up, it was just really like dope.
What was the environment like?
I like the environment because we're all in that back room as a team. Because we have a scoreboard set. Y'all can't see it, but we have a scoreboard set right there, home and guest. And the other boxers that came, however, like they performed, it'd count towards their guest points. And then obviously like the home. That's why it's JMBA versus everyone, because we'd all go out and how we performed it went towards the home points. So it kind of made an individual sport into like a team sport in a sense.
Yeah.
And we had separate locker rooms too. So all the away guys were in their locker room and we were in ours.
I thought that was hella dope. To be
real,
real,
it was hella
to be
cool.
real, I was kind of sad I wasn't in there because that shit looked tight.
Bro, it was. And we had like a TV in there too. We were like watching the fights. And so it was dope, like just feeding off of each other's energy. And then like at the start, we were kind of like, because it was all like the little kids, you know, they're kind of hit or miss. So it was like they're, you know, the guest was getting points and we're like in the back room, we're like, all right, like after intermission, we gotta clutch up because how the fuck are we gonna lose at our own show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's dope. Just like in the back room, feeding off each other's energy, then coming out here, and we're just like, all right, let's fuck these dudes up.
D-Ray told me that as soon as the boxer that just competed walked in there, it was like the welcome was like,
bro,
it was like tight.
yeah.
I saw videos and it looked dope.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
I hella liked the because there's the only part that I got to experience as far as the locker room, but before speech and the prayer, the team prayer.
Yeah.
And then at the end when we all got together and popped the bottle and just did champagne.
I know, sick.
It was like it was dope. Like it was tight.
Yeah, it was
to
cool.
me, I hella liked that. All right, so we did that. Now you're gonna compete at the Memorial Auditorium, and for example, for me, the Memorial Auditorium growing up, it was like very historic for boxing.
Yeah.
So to be able to have your first professional fight there in
Special,
Sacramento, how do you feel about that? Is it like exciting? Is it like motivating or a little bit of everything? Like how do you feel about fighting at the Memorial Auditorium?
I think it's dope. I mean, it's like a really historical place. They haven't had boxing there in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, professional.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they haven't had it there in a while. So I know a lot of people, like Coach David was talking to me about it. He's like, man, like that was like my dream venue to fight in, and you're fucking making your debut there. And I was like, got lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's dope. I mean, again, it's just, you know, you're finding a historical, cool venue. A lot of people, you know, they're making their debuts in hotel venues and kind of, I've seen people making their debuts in like warehouses and shit. So it's like being able to fight in a historical, local venue like that, like the Memorial Auditorium, it's just, I don't know, it gets me more excited than, you know, if I weren't.
And tell us a little bit about your goals, like your vision. What do you want Austin to be remembered as? What do you, as a person and also as a boxer, what is your goal? Like, what do you want the people to be like when they think of your name and think of you? What do they want to see? For example, when you hear a name like Rolly, you know what Rolly is. You have a vision in mind.
I get you.
You know, what is that vision you want people to have of you?
Honestly, like, skill-wise, like, I'm trying to go down as, like, one of the greats. Like, those dudes that you watch and you're like, damn, like, they're just fucking good. Like, they're just like a unsolvable kind of a puzzle, you know what I mean? Like, the way you look at, like, Floyd, like, Andre Ward, Bud, like, you kind of look at those dudes and you're like, they kind of got it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, skill-wise, like, there's nothing those guys can't do. They did it all. That, and then also, like, have the popularity is, you know, like someone like Tank, like a good showman. That's what people want to see. They want to see a showman. So really, like, I mean, not to sound like I'm trying to, like I want it all, but like, yeah, I do. Fuck yeah, I do want it all.
Yeah, ain't no wrong
So
with
I'm
that.
trying to be the whole package, bro.
You should be that way.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you said anything less than that, I'd be like, the fuck is this guy turning pro for? No, because to be real, this is something I always preach to everybody. Like, that's what you have. You're confident, you believe in yourself, you want this. Yeah. That makes me more comfortable with doing this because not only do you have the skill to back it, but you want it. Yeah. I'm not telling you, hey, let's turn pro. I'm not forcing you to turn pro. I'm not making you. Like, this is something you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes a long way. And plus, I think you're going to succeed at all that and you're going to surpass all that. I honestly do feel it because of the person you are, the work ethic you are, the team you have around you, the family support that you have around you. We're so blessed to have all that in so many ways. We talk about it, you know, having people like TD with us, having having the teammates that we have, Payne, having all this support. Your mom, our team, our everyone in the gym, having all those pieces to the puzzle along with your work ethic and your skill is like,
bro, it's just bound to happen.
yeah.
Come on, bro. How do you fuck that up?
How do you not do good?
You have the resources.
Yeah. So and you're the type to take advantage of that, because there's people that have the resources,
but they don't take advantage of it.
They don't take advantage of it. So you're the type that you're like, I'm gonna take advantage of it. So that's why I know you're bound for greatness. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited just to be able to have a front row seat of at it and see it all, you know, unfold. You know, I'm grateful for that. So you have your Memorial Auditorium fight coming up, 6/20. Tell people how they can get tickets, or what do they got to do to get tickets?
Yeah, you can either go to www.g1promotions.com, and then, or I got a link in my bio for the Ticketmaster. You can click that, press the little unlock by the map, put my name, AUSTIN. That way it counts towards my ticket sales, and then show up.
The ticket sales is very important that he gets credit. Unfortunately, it's one of the things that I hate about boxing, but we have to play the game. We don't get the opportunities if we don't put people in seats. The opportunities come with seats being filled. So this is why we ask you guys, if you support us, most importantly, support Austin in this journey. Even if you can't go, maybe just purchase a ticket just to show love to him, invite somebody. And I always tell everybody this: if you really just want to go and you cannot afford it, contact me. I'll take care of your ticket. And how you contact me, hit up the gym. And so if it's a financial thing, we'll take care of it. If you just want to support, I'll put the info on how to make that happen. Next thing that I want to talk about, now that we talked about the boxing and all that, I want to hit up with some random questions, random thoughts, random things, just to get people more familiar with Austin outside of the gym. What are you doing when you're not boxing? What is something that has nothing to do with boxing that you would do or that you enjoy to do?
Dude, I like cooking.
What? I didn't even expect that.
Yeah, I know, it is random, huh?
I
just started getting into it.
I did not expect the cooking.
You want to hear how? You want to hear like why?
Yeah, let me hear.
Okay,
Let me hear the cooking. This is crazy.
It's random. You know, like, I like steaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's so damn expensive, bro. So I was like, bro,
you said expensive? I can't picture you saying expensive. Real quick, this guy be going to some bougie ass restaurants. Hey, I saw the team one time, and these guys are eating at like fucking, I don't know what the hell
was that in LA?
In LA.
Yeah.
Fancy ass, everything. You got Diego. I don't know who else was there.
Like Diego, D-Ray.
Yeah, it was like you guys were celebrating an anniversary or something. It was fancy as shit.
That shit was so, bro, this steak was so good.
So that's how you got into it?
Yeah, because I was like, bro, like, man, I like eating steak, but I can't be spending this money on steak. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just start cooking my own shit. So I'll just go to the butcher in Roseville, pick up a steak, and then I'll just have that for dinner.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Hey, I make a good ass steak.
That's cool. How do you make it?
I mix it up.
So what's your favorite way?
Time. You talking about like seasoning or what?
Not like medium, well done.
Oh, medium rare.
Medium? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
On, bro.
Hey, some people like it different. All right, I'm just asking.
Nah,
I'm
if you ain't
asking.
getting medium rare, man, you fucking weird.
Hey, people like certain things. What is your favorite restaurant to go eat?
Ooh, man, I like Brazilian steakhouses. Not even just.
Which is your favorite? Is there one that you really like?
Man, I don't know. I ain't that picky. Shit, if you eating good food, you're eating good food. But I just like that because it's like you order the churrasco or whatever, and they just keep coming out with different slices of meat, and it's like.
To be real, I've never been to one.
You gotta go.
In my life,
You gotta
never
go.
been to a Brazil. And you know what's crazy? I actually talked about this with Oli like 2 days ago.
You probably want to go.
I was like, bro, we've never been to fucking Brazil.
Y'all gotta go, bro.
And I'm not bougie like that. I need to step my game up.
Quit lying. I know you're bougie.
I need to step my game up. No, I'm not bougie like that. I'm bougie for a coach.
I guess.
But I ain't bougie like that. You a whole nother level bougie.
I just like food, bro.
Hey, there's food and then there's bougie food.
I like bougie food.
Exactly.
I like bougie food.
Ain't no wrong with that. Ain't no wrong with that.
I'm the type of, no, you know what's funny about that? Because I'll go places, like I'll travel around and I'll stay in like, it was funny, like I went to Vegas after the Arizona tournament, just trained over there for a week. Bro, I stayed in like the shittiest Motel 6, right? It was like $50 a night. There's like hookers outside my room and shit. Like it's hella just cheap.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Like I'll stay in the shittiest.
Bedbugs?
Like I just don't give a fuck, bro.
Hell no, man. Fuck that.
I just don't care. Like I'll just
Hell no. I gotta have a nice bed.
Take a damn towel or something. Like put it over.
Bro, they go in your
bro,
luggage. You're
man.
bringing them home.
Man, if you got a bed to sleep in your chest.
I'd rather have a good room over an okay meal. It doesn't. I'm not saying I'm gonna have fucking.
I'm taking a shitty room and a damn steakhouse because that's what I did. I took the shitty room and then I went out. I bounced to a Brazilian steakhouse and got some.
I'll do
steak.
both. Good room and a steakhouse.
Yeah, I'm 19, man. I don't got Jose money.
All right, so now, what would you tell someone that lost a parent, mom, dad, that they're really close, and that they're in that hard, like, just can't get
Have
over
to thug it out, yeah.
What would you tell that person? Look at the camera. Tell them.
right.
What would you tell them?
It's hard to like put into words. I guess like it sounds like simple, but like keep going. Like I swear it sounds so like just some shit you hear like all the time. But I'm telling you, if you stop, because I saw it with like family members and all this shit, if you stop doing what you're doing and you sit in your bed and sulk all day, the whole world's moving without you, right? Everyone else is moving on. And I'm telling you, people only care for like 2 weeks. People, it's like a Bronx Tale. Like no one really gives a fuck. Yeah. Really, no one they care for like a week or two and they bounce off, do their own thing. So the whole world's gonna move on without you. And you're gonna be sitting in your bed, sad, sulking. Get your ass out of bed and go do stuff. Like you gotta stay on path with what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So
What if you don't have nothing to do?
then what the fuck, bro?
What do you tell them? What did you do?
Oh, you gotta find something to do.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta find something to do.
If you have nothing to do,
But that's like life in general.
Yeah.
If you ain't doing shit, do some shit, bro.
yeah. You know what's crazy though? Something that sounds so simple is very hard for a lot of people, and especially
Yeah, I guess I get that.
one thing that I learned to do as a coach, and it became hard, but I try to be sympathetic with them, but I want to put myself in their shoes.
Yeah, I guess.
And understand them. Like I need to really
It's hard, bro.
It is
It's
hard. Trust me.
Because you're like, bro, you're so lazy.
Yes. How many times do I say that when I talk to you guys?
A lot.
A lot. But as a coach, your job is to get them to understand that they're lazy and get them to snap out of it.
Yeah.
By telling them, oh, you're just lazy, sometimes it's not the best way.
Yeah.
So I try to put myself in their shoes, get familiar with their circumstances, their at-home stuff, and then understand how is the best way to tell this person what they need to hear without breaking them and instead making them and motivating them.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's why paying attention to your choice of words is huge. You know,
Yeah,
not
I
everyone,
suck at that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
not
so bad
everyone's
at that.
not everyone's just like, oh, quit being fucking lazy.
Because that's what works for me. Like, if I'm like slacking off or some shit, just tell me like, man, quit being a bitch and go do this. But like,
I know what you mean.
yeah, sometimes I'll like.
it's hard, I know
bro.
exactly what you mean. I know exactly.
Because I'm just like, I feel like I'm just like very straight, like get to the point.
Yeah.
But some people aren't.
So I learned a lot about you that I didn't know, but tell the people something about Austin that many people don't know. Something about you that many people don't know, like only maybe you know or your mom or your girlfriend or something. Like something about you that only not many people know. There's not something about you?
I feel like people in the gym don't know I used to ride dirt bikes a lot. I don't think you knew that.
No.
Yeah.
I could have guessed though.
Yeah.
You know why I could have guessed? That's exactly why I could have guessed. No. Hey, all this stuff, I like that you're saying it, because it sounds bad if I say it. But no, that's
true.
cool. So you rode dirt bikes like competitively, or you rode dirt bikes like?
I was doing like tricks and shit. Like I was actually like, when we were moving from Antelope over here, we stayed at my grandparents for a few months. We were living with them and they had dirt bikes. And I was already like riding dirt bikes before that. But I didn't care about like the track or doing like competition or nothing with it. Bro, my shit was like just doing like just white people shit, bro. Doing like crazy ass wheelies and stuff. And I was fucking good at it. I swear, I used to stand on the seat, and I was like 12 when I was doing this. I used to stand on the seat because my grandparents had dirt bikes, and I'd pull up, do a wheelie as I'm standing on it, and then I'd like go in circles with it. And I was so good at it.
So earlier when you said I sucked at everything, you were lying.
Oh, I guess I was lying because I was good at doing like tricks on dirt bikes.
Yeah, you were good.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you rode a dirt bike or got on a?
Maybe like my freshman year or 8th grade or something like that. Yeah.
Does it ever draw your interest to want to try something or get on it or ride one of those?
I mean, they're cool, but
yeah, not like as a career, but like for
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Like
just
you
for
ever thought
fun.
about like, oh, I'm gonna go ride a dirt bike one of these days or something?
I guess like here and there, like not like dirt bikes, but like motorcycles, yeah. But then the only thing
Don't do it too much.
the only thing that draws me away from
Motorcycles
it,
is crazy.
I know. The only thing that draws me away from it though, because I don't get that like, oh, I want to ride dirt bikes, but like motorcycles though, like yeah, because like they're fun, right? But it's just like not even just my dad, but
They're
like
dangerous.
yeah, like other family members have died on motorcycles, and I'm like,
And boxers and motorcycles don't well. A lot of boxers died on motorcycles. A lot.
is that how Diego Corrales died?
Diego Corrales died on motorcycles. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fuck
just
that, man.
motorcycles. I don't even think it's just they're dangerous for
Man,
anybody.
they're too damn dangerous, bro.
They're dangerous.
So I'm just like, that's the only thing that draws me away from it is like, I want to, but I'm like, bro, if I die on a motorcycle, that's gonna be like my mom's brother dying on one, her husband dying on one, her son dying on one. Like,
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah,
When I said
yeah.
the bike thing, forget about
I
it.
ain't-
Sorry,
I ain't-
mama.
I ain't doing
Sorry,
that.
mama.
Yeah,
She's
sorry,
like,
Mom.
she's gonna be like, man, why you telling her to go ride a bike?
I ain't buying it. No, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So.
But see what I mean? You're smart, man. No, this fucking guy is pretty smart. Like he makes very like, thoughtful, like choices. You think shit through. You're like, oh, like that. My mom's this, da.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers usually don't think like that. They just do what they do.
Bro,
and
people
they-
think I swear, people think I'm retarded. When I hang
You
out
look
with,
retarded.
okay, yeah, okay, bro,
I'm
okay,
just
bro,
playing,
all
I'm
right,
just
bro,
playing.
whatever.
Keep going. You're gonna say
Bro,
something
people,
good.
I swear, bro, whenever I hang out with like, cause I had like pretty bad grades in high school, bro, whenever I hang out with people who I went to high school with, man, they be treating me like I'm a retard. And I'm just like,
Why? What do they do?
like just like when people just talk to you and you can just tell like, man, they think I'm fucking retarded.
Oh, I get that all the time.
I hate that shit,
People
bro.
always,
I
I
hate that shit,
always
bro.
feel like people think I'm retarded all the time.
Cause okay, I don't like to say like school smart and street smart, cause like it's always the dumbass kids that be saying that, right? But I swear it's a real thing. Like I look at like the people who I went to school with who had like really, really good grades, and then like they ain't really doing shit now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I feel like as far as me, like I had like a 2.3 GPA, which I know to you is good, but to a lot of people it's not.
This motherfucker.
but I didn't have a good GPA, and then like academically I was just kind of fucking off. Like I wasn't good at that. But then I feel like my life choices, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I make smart choices.
Yeah, you do. You're smart with the things you do, which is, I think it shows in like it shows the decisions you made with where you're at in life, because you're not retarded. You actually make good choices. Is there anything you'd like to add to the podcast before we end it? I want to ask you something actually before I tell you that. How is it being in the gym? Because those that don't know, I actually talk a lot of shit. Like the retarded shit that I'm telling them, like I do that. I talk a lot of shit to everybody. That's just who I am. How was it for you coming here, like hearing me choke like that? Is it something that it was weird to you, unusual, okay with? Did it piss you off? Like, how was it for you?
It was annoying at
Was it
first. It was annoying. I kind of knew you were bullshitting, but at the same time, I was like, this fucking guy don't even like me, bro. Which now you admit it. Now you fucking admit it. But I had a feeling when I first came here, I'm like, I don't think this dude even fucking likes me.
No. To be real though, I'm like that with everybody. To be real, like I didn't treat you any other different than anybody else. No, I'm dead serious. I didn't treat you any differently. Like it wasn't like I had you jump rope outside in the hot while everybody else was in here.
No,
like
no,
I treated you the same way I treat everybody.
I
And that's real.
know.
And another thing is like I tell that to people. It was like who's the one who someone said it in the gym once was like, oh, you always pick on me. I'm like, bro, have you not heard me talk shit? I talk shit to everybody.
Was I there that day? I think I remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I talk shit to everybody, literally to everybody, and I do it for a lot of reasons. But you have to be able to
take that.
You have thick
you gotta be
skin,
able-
bro.
yeah,
like
you have thick
when you're at
skin.
weigh-ins or you're about to fight somebody
People
or you
gonna
see
be-
comments, people are gonna talk shit to
yeah,
you.
people be talking
So
all the time.
I'm prepping you. I'll talk shit to you.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah.
For being an asshole.
To being an asshole. And I got that from the center at the coach, my Mexican coach.
He was talking shit too, huh?
That's
just boxing though, to be real.
Yeah, you have to, and my coach would tell us that, bro, if you can't handle me talking shit to you, how are you gonna handle
a stranger talking shit?
A stranger
yeah.
and somebody that's like, you're about to fight, talk shit to you. So you better be ready. So I try to like talk shit and make it funny. And I don't do it just to you.
I wasn't liking that shit at first though. When I first showed up, I was like, man, fuck this dude, bro. I was like, bro,
this guy's a fucking
dude
asshole.
just talking shit to me. I'm just trying to get better. Like, and at the time I was like getting worse. So I'm like, bro, I got this dude talking shit in my ear and I'm like going backwards right now. I'm like, man, what the fuck? But it ended up working out, so.
And credit to you on that, because you could have quit. You could have like, man, fuck this place.
Well, I gave myself a year.
Yeah, so no, that again, that's going back to you being smart. So credit to yourself for not letting all that get to you. Because a majority of people could have got pissed off with going backwards, could have pissed off with rules and all this. You gave yourself, like, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. I think that's the big thing with training here. A lot of people don't want to train here or don't like that about me because I got hella rules. Like, I got a shit ton of rules. You can go to any gym and then they're like, oh, you want to come spar? You want to do this? And they'll let you do it. I have all these rules that you have to follow and people don't like that. So the fact that you trusted the process, then it played out. So anything you want to add before we end the podcast? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to say or anything? This is your moment to showcase or say anything you want to say.
Got a great one. Buy your tickets on Ticketmaster for June 20th. This dude he's been like tagging me in bullshit on Instagram and Facebook, bro. I'm not even on Facebook, but his old 37-year-old ass keeps tagging me on Facebook. Hey, you're old too, bro. Don't even, come on, bro. Bro, he keeps tagging me and shit, so, I got to get him up out of there. So pull up if y'all trying to see that.
By the way, he's talking about his opponent.
Yeah, my opponent, bro.
He didn't clear up who he's talking about. So your opponent is talking.
Yeah, he's like tagging me in like stupid shit. So
it's getting intense. His opponent's talking shit. Austin wants to shine. So pull up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Augustine, for pulling up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something from that episode that you really, really liked, please comment below. Send me a message. Let me know that you listened. Let me know that you liked it. Let me know what you would like to hear more of. Also, share and subscribe if you have not already. And let me know who would you like to see on here next. If there's anyone you want to see, let me know who you would want as the guest. It could be somebody from the gym, anyone, anywhere. I don't care where they're at. My personal goal is to get more people from the gym, obviously, but I want to hit up every boxing gym in the Sacramento region. I know I said that in the past. I'm gonna hold myself to that little by little. I'm gonna be bringing on different boxing coaches. Shout them out, get familiar with their story and their gym. But I also want to know who you think. If there's anyone in particular that you think you want to hear or should be on our podcast, let me know. Enjoy this episode, and I will see you on the next one. I'm out.